Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Good. You are the first here.
Oh, okay, cool. I was wondering if did you have more people last week or no?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
So were you able to, you emailed me, correct?
I did, yeah, yeah. I watched last week's thing. So yeah,
Sure. Okay.
yeah.
All right. Let's actually start a little bit of practice. Slough.
Um hang on, let me pull up the sheet. Let me pull up the
You're
sheet.
good. You're good.
Um,
You do it
yeah,
again.
this was also a while ago now. So
Mhm.
okay, wait. Should I look at session number 2? Yeah.
I've got it right here on my screen.
Oh, I see. Okay. Okay. Slough.
Slough. Min nawim ben. Min nawim ben. Nawit chia.
Nawim Emma.
Zor basha. Khosh halim banasinit.
Minis.
Manish. Waya. Manish khosh halim banasinit.
Manish Koshalem.
Bali. Our sha. Our sha, yeah. I've got down here in the notes, not to give you
Uh-huh.
here we go. I have a listing of how I write things out.
Oh, okay. Okay. Wait, let me pull this up for myself as well.
You're good. You're good.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
Lasha. Slow, Alex.
Slough.
Min nawim ben. Nawit chia.
نعم اسكندرات.
Zur basha. Khosh halim banasinit.
منيش خوشحالم.
Yek jar basha. Joanna. Okay. Emma or Alex. Slow.
Slough is excuse me, sorry. نعم اسكندرة. نوع شيء.
Sorry. Nawim Emma. Yeah. Do I ask you that back or did you already say?
Now Emma, yeah. Any. Ooh.
Okay, so Koshalem ba Nasinit. Is that right?
منيش خوشحالم.
Yek jar basha. Uhadwa hash. Choni. Emma, Choni.
Bashim.
Zor basha.
What?
To Choni. Oh, bashim.
Oh, Choni.
Minish bashim. Spas. Alex. Choni.
باشم. جوني.
Minish bashim. Zor spas. Yek jar spas.
Oh,
Okay.
that's so bright.
Zur runaka. Joanna. Okay. Yeah, I have no idea how many people we'll have. Doesn't bother me. I'm used to having small classes, but I'm happy to have bigger classes. I don't care. I mean, I care. I can work by either one. So
Is it just the two of us in here?
right now, yeah. Just so as for getting Arabic stuck in your head, I get it. That was my first Middle Eastern language. So it takes a little bit to do the code switching.
Yeah, and whatever fragmentation of Farsi I might have creeps out every once in a while.
Yeah, that's actually even harder in some ways because they're so close.
Yeah, you'll hear me saying va instead of
Yeah, I'm very used to having Persian students for that. So yeah. Zur basha.
Hang on a sec.
Okay.
Let me just turn on another light.
Yes, name. Zur basha. Okay. We're gonna go over what we're trying to do in this session is wait for Iskander. He's good.
I'm listening, don't worry.
Oh, okay, good. All right. What we're going to be doing, we're going to go between, because of the odd online aspect of this, we're going to be going from a bit of grammar explanation to a bit of practice using that, putting that, implementing it, and then, back and forth. So I think I tried to do a straight communicative approach last time. Didn't work as well, just because, once a week is just not enough.
Mm-hmm.
So the pronouns. Iskander, from Persian, how close does this feel for you? To Persian, I should say.
I mean, I only took 2 semesters, so I'm more familiar with Arabic, but
Sure.
min and to, those are obviously the most easily recognizable for me.
Yeah. And the ow is it's very similar to u. Emma is a little bit different. Ewa, definitely not shoma, and awan. Now, Emma, what's your experience? Any Middle Eastern languages?
Yeah, I speak Arabic at a
Okay, great.
B2.
That or what?
Yeah. So I mean, I don't speak any Farsi or like I've only done Arabic, so I actually don't know.
So that's great. Just a reminder, there are no diacritic marks here, no short vowels missing. It's all written out. So this little I here is just going to be, it's just the noise your mouth makes when you have to two consonants in a row like that. Min. Basha. Okay, so just like Persian, this works, it has equational endings. Arabic does not. You know, there's just yani, ana, ismi, ben. So in English, like I am a Kurd. You know, in English, it's subject, verb, object, or whatever information is going on. So, you know, if you're breaking it down into like an equation, I equal Kurd, like I am a Kurd. So for Kurdish, it's going to be subject, object, verb. You know, object or whatever information we're providing. So the subject for like Nawim, yani my name, yani Nawim ben. Nawim ben yani okay, yani min Kurdim. So I guess I should say let's so my name is Ben. What's the subject here in my name is Ben?
My.
It's actually name. It's
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's good.
Vice possessive.
That's why, yeah, you're good. You're good. I'm not trying to trip anybody up. I'm trying to just, it's easy to think because it's the, people will say like, oh, and min benim, like, I guess, now in benim, like, no, now in ben, So it takes a little bit of, so ben equals, or, you know, it's really what it is. So, or then in Kurdish, it's gonna be at the end. Okay, so min, I'm not Kurdish, but yani min Kurdim. Min Kurdim, yani Azad, to Kurdi, bale, min Kurdim. To Kurdi, nakhir, min Amerikim. Min Amerikim. Emma, to Ameriki?
Yeah. Yes.
Bale, but I just
Bale.
realized that it's not real fair to.
Wait, where is that? Where is that?
Not on here. It's not on here.
Oh, okay. So I missed it.
No, you didn't.
Okay.
It wasn't a fair question. Okay. Bale.
Bale.
نخير. Bale. Bale. و نخير. يعني نا. يعني واكو فارسية. نخير يعني نا. باشا. Emma, تو أمريكي.
Bale.
Bale من يعني
Oh,
من أمريكي تو أمريكي.
Yeah, min Amriki.
زور باشا يعني منيش أمريكي. جوانا إسكندر تو أمريكي.
بالي أنا أمريكي.
يك جار باشا. جوانا يعني من زور بتشوكا بنبورا يعني من أمريكين تو أمريكي زور باشا. Okay. So what's the difference between what I did to Ameriki here for min uto? I'll write this for folks who can't read the script.
You added the M.
Yep. And
So
for the second one,
would the M mean like I'm talking about myself, right? You add the M.
yeah.
Okay.
Whenever the equational ending for I am, vale. Ooh, boto. What did I add there?
Oh, you're just utilizing yeah.
Yeah, it's just a yeah. Yani waku. Azad, bale. To Ameriki, Nakhir, Min Kurdim, To Ameriki. Bale, Rasta. Masha. Yani Amerikim, Kurdim, Türkim, Arabim, yani yani au azad au kurd au kurda yani min yani okay min rusim ema to Ameriki azad kurda Zur Basha. So that's how the basic sentence structure in Kurdish is going to work. It's just going to be I like to keep it color coded. I took a long time doing it. So, and yet you should have access to this for your own. I'm hoping to have as many composite tables for you to refer to in the future. So let's just read through these together, just so you can have them out of your mouth. Okay, min kurdim.
In Kurdim,
Min Kurdim.
Yekjar basha. To kurdi.
to Kurdi,
Kurdi.
Tuana. Au kurda.
au Kurda.
Kurda.
Yekjar basha. Emma, yani min to yani Emma kurdin.
Emma Kurdin.
Oh wait, Emma Kurdin.
Bale, era. Yani min uto, yani Emma kurdin. Basha. Ewa, yani Emma u Iskander, ewa kurdin.
Ewa Kurdin.
Basha. U awan, yani Azad, u Fatima, u Nishtiman, u Rebwar, awan kurdin.
Awan Kurdin.
Kurdin.
The exact same ending here. So for most of these, you actually don't need to have this pronoun here because this is essentially a data packet. It tells you, if I just say, okay, min Kurdim, same thing as Kurdim, Amerikim, like I am, you don't have to have this here. And sometimes you will omit it, sometimes you won't.
In what cases do you use plural or not plural, formal?
Yani Presiara Basha. The Iranian Kurds are more formal in my experience than the Iraqi Kurds. But technically, you're supposed to use it with someone that's hiring you in social station, like you're meeting an official, instead of any. Oh, Emma, Slav, Shoni, yani, that's right, yeah. Era. Okay, Choni.
Bashim. Oh wait, Bashim Choni.
Manish Bashim, spas. Boewa, Chonen.
Is there an equivalent term in Kurdish for like aga or something like that?
Bali aga. I mean, you can have literal aga in there. Aga. There are a lot of different terms.
I know John carries over as like a term of endearment.
Yep. There's all sorts. A lot of the Persian will carry directly over in terms of honorifics. Jonim, Gianim, Aga. You have different ones where you'll have for like someone's older than you versus someone that's the same age as you. So like, okay, for instance, just since you asked, any cook and whisk. Cock Iskander, Tochoni.
Bashim.
Yekchad Basha. Any whisk Emma, Tochoni.
Bashim.
No, Emma.
Oh.
Emma.
Fashion.
Yek Basha. Yek Basha. In sister.
I have some questions, just
Pardon.
like quick, because I missed the first class, so I just want to take.
You're good.
Yeah, I was wondering, is there like as many dialects in Kurdish like as there is in Arabic? Probably not, but like, is it mainly like does it vary geographically, or is this mainly what's spoken?
So that's a good question. I really ought to post the video for that. I have a video. Let me see where it is. Give me 2 seconds.
Sure.
There we go. Yeah.
Short answer is
crap, it's not-
yes.
Yeah. This may not work. I need to, you know what? Let me re-record this for YouTube and I'll throw it on the YouTube channel. But it's just my basic intro to Kurdish. But Iskander, tell us what you know.
Well, I just know that
Oh, you're
since
good.
it's descended from Indo-Iranian family, correct?
Yes.
But since they never had their own unified political entity, there was never a standardized version created. So Kurmanji and Sorani are the two primary dialects. I don't know if Zaza is technically considered Kurdish.
Zaza. So yeah, there's let me throw the, I really want what I want. I don't have right here, unfortunately. Okay. Any map you're gonna get is problematic for a whole lot of reasons. It's just tricky because maps are really 4-dimensional. It depends over time and space. Like this is whatever's here, you're gonna fight. You want to start a fight, you show a Kurd a map and be like, oh, this is Kurdistan. Like, no, they're very touchy.
You're missing bits of it or whatever.
Yeah, you're missing bits of it. This village isn't here, this here is here, this person. And like in Syria, like this is, I promise you, that is different. That is not the same as it was 10 years ago. So it does break down into the 4 quarter in Chwar Parche Kurdistan, the 4 quarters of Kurdistan. Bakur in Era, that's the north, Bashur, south, Rojhalat, east, Rojawa, west. And you probably heard of Rojava. That's just the Kurmanji for Rojawa, for west. In the political geography of Kurdistan and Kurdish, that's how they do it. Bakur, Bashur, Rojhalat, Rojawa. I'll put this, I need to unwrite this down so it'll happen. I will re-record.
How did you learn so much Kurdish?
Yeah, good question. I'll be right with you. I normally don't write during class. I just need to remember to re-record the video.
No worries.
Good. All right. So yeah, just a tiny bit of personal history before we get going any further, because I don't know, maybe it'll help. So yeah, I started at BYU doing Arabic actually back in 2008. Went to Egypt, then ended up working with Iraqi refugees. Got involved in a project that had Kurdish in it, but I couldn't make heads or tails of it. So I applied to IU. I got in, did my master's and PhD there, took Sorani Kurdish, and then I took Persian while I was waiting for Kurdish to start, then Sorani Kurdish, and then Turkish. Ended up in Turkey in 2016, Iraq 2017, back to IU 2018, and I've been teaching there ever since until the end of May. So yeah.
What's your PhD on?
It was in Islamic studies. My dissertation was on Kurdish nationalism and Islam.
Fascinating. I would love to hear about that.
It's on not ProQuest. Don't do that. It's on academia. It's long. It's long.
I'll look.
Knock yourself out, but not literally. Okay, back to Kurdish though. Okay, so there is a breakdown though. So Bakur really is basically Kurmanji for the most part. Zaza and Zazaki. Like when I was in Istanbul, I met Zazas and I could understand maybe 1 in 10 words they were saying. Like it is really hard. There have been political movements within, while there was still the Ottoman Empire and after the Ottoman Empire, that stymied because Kurdish tribes couldn't communicate with each other. Like they were Zazas and Kurmanji speakers. So there is a, and like Iskander said, do you like Alex Iskander? I really don't.
Iskander is fine when we're in class.
Sweet. Okay. Here we go. So yeah, Kurdish has not had a I mean, it is the largest, probably the largest people without a state, like without a nation state of their own. This was actually published in 1898. It was actually published in Cairo, but it was the first Kurdish publication, a Kurdish newspaper, really. Though we're not going to go, I'll do in the video, I'll go a bit into like older Kurdish stuff, but really Kurdish nationalism came about really in the aftermath of all the other nationalisms. And there's a whole history there, but basically, back to the map real quick. Not that map, not that one. There we go. But it hasn't really been until the 90s that Kurdish started to be really codified, because the semi-autonomous area of northern Iraq after 1993, they started having it as an official language in their region. And then after 2003, they still had that semi-autonomous status, but a lot fewer issues with that. But during the 90s, they started, people like Kurds that had emigrated to Europe, started putting out satellite channels in Kurdish, in Kurmanji, in Sorani. So Kurds for the first time were really able to get broadcasts in their own language consistently. There were radios, all throughout the 20th century, but sporadically. And none that were really official for very long. Pahlawani is really close to Sorani. Gorani is as well. Gorani is spoken, it's mostly a few areas, but it's also like the Ahlehok, the Yarson, that's their religious language as well. So Yazidi have, Yazidis. Yazidis are Kurds. They have their own subdialects, and then Kurmanji is written in Latin characters, Zaza as well. And then this area, though, the truth is, and I'm sorry, I'll wrap this up quickly. You just put a coin in the jukebox and it started playing. The truth is this is really a spectrum. Like, it's all over the place. It is not cut and dry like this at all. Like, I lived here in Howlad, but you could go like 15 minutes outside of town and I could find someone that's from kind of a village that doesn't get a lot of traffic speaking something that's harder for me to understand. But I was able to speak from people up here in Syria because of the Arabic, and between Arabic, Sorani, what I knew of Kurmanji, I could do just fine. So it's very, bottom line is, it's really useful to have these other languages when you're working with Kurdish. Like, it just is, because there's so much borrowing, so many cognates. The grammar, for the most part, is very Persian. Okay, let's jump back in. So this is the equational sentence. And just so it makes a little more sense, is actually, to be is a verb. It's boon, boo, the equational ending, or a couple other things, which I'm not going to go into right now. So boon, which is just like Budan. It's just like Budan in Farsi. So Budan, or boo, and then the equational ending. Moves it up. I didn't do that. Sorry, I forgot to write this earlier when I made my chart here. Oh, for Pete's sake. When you put these multiple languages all okay, it's just good for me. All right, this is to be. To be, that's the, like, this is the infinite, the gerund. This to be, was, is. Gotcha. So when you're saying any min kurdim, that's technically a verb, but it's just the meme that's there. And yeah, we'll get into more verbs later, but this is the only one we're working with right now. I've been throwing a lot of information out. Any questions? You can always ask a question when I'm going. Don't let me keep plowing.
So if I was going to conjugate this, it would be just boom for I am, meant boom.
Vale. Yani min,
Well, I guess you wouldn't need to use min. You could just say boom.
vale, awal rasta. Yani waku, okay, dakik, zor basha. Esta min mamostam. Min khwendekar boom. Min mamostam, min khundakar boom. Min mamostam, min khundakar boom. Whoa.
You kind of lost me there. What does that mean?
Vale, apreciar basha. It's a good question. So this is just like to be. Everything here is just one way of saying is, are, or am.
Hmm.
This is just past tense.
Oh, okay.
This
okay.
is like can yakun.
Hmm.
This is can for all intents and purposes.
Okay.
And this is yakun. Though we don't, you don't say like I am something. You just
Yeah.
todo, and it todo. Just
Mhm.
is. For this though, you have to have that. So this is just أنا أنا مدرس أنا كنت
Mhm.
أنا كنت طالب. That's all I'm saying here.
Okay.
من
But so it says, well, what's mamostan? Like, what does that actually mean?
هو ماموستا.
Like a
ماموستا.
teacher?
Professor.
Oh, okay.
It's
So you're
not super clear that's a professor, but
So she's saying like I am a professor, basically.
vale.
Okay.
Okay. من
That's so weird because min is like something different in Arabic.
vale. يعني من
You go from preposition to pronoun.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's really tricky. I feel like that's the hardest code switch to make is prepositions. It's a bit of a bugger.
Mhm.
So I am I that's all I'm saying. Min mamostam.
Okay.
Min khundakar boom.
Cool.
Awesome. Okay. Okay. So in terms of how this translates back to English, when you like saying like, I am a Kurd, I am American, versus what we're doing here. In the most literal translation, I Kurd am. That's really what I'm saying. Min Kurdim. So Kurdish has some similarities to Arabic insofar as it has a definite case and it has an indefinite case, like Persian does too, but Persian doesn't have a definite case. We'll be getting into those. But in general, when you're saying, like, I don't want to say I'm an American, I'm just saying I American am, I Kurd am.
Mhm.
That's all. Just wanted to point
And
that out.
because it's associated with your personhood, that makes it definite.
Yeah, basically, it's
Okay.
it's what we call categorical definite, where it's like within the idea of it, but it's not like I am not the Kurd. I'm just Kurd. And
Yeah.
I'm not just a Kurd. I'm in Kurdekim. Like I'm one Kurd. Kurdekim
Mhm.
versus Kurdim. Juan. Okay. So we'll come back to this table because it's super important for starting Kurdish. Let's actually do a couple, I had some students that followed from last semester that aren't here tonight. So I had some new things for them here, but we'll just read these together and we'll go to the next exercises. All right. Ow, endazyar. Endazyar.
How and does your
Yekjar basha. Yani,
Pendas yarım.
vale. Oh, to endazyari. Zur basha.
wait, what does Zor Biasha mean?
Zur basha.
Good.
Why?
Okay.
Azim. Yani zur basha.
Okay. I got the Azim.
Vale. Azim, hey, a little bit. Like the cognates that go from Arabic to Kurdish are not super it's not super intuitive when it is and isn't applicable, but when you're speaking it and you don't have it, throw it in there. Try the Arabic. Like 50-50 that they'll understand it, maybe even better than that. Same thing with a Persian. Like it's random words that they will or won't get. I don't know why.
The Azim invoked Alpha.
So I have a quick question.
Sure.
Just because it will help me with a little bit of like in-class immersion. How would I say, what does this mean? Or how do I say this? Kind of like in Farsi, chitor migin.
Vale. Daki yek. Min.
Or in Arabic, I guess, like Ishan Mana.
Chon the lane.
Chondinen.
Chon the lane. Chon the lane. Yani the lane. Yani
Dalen.
to dalem slav. Yani chon. Choni. Yani chonim or bashim. To choni.
Bashan.
Yekçer başa. Yekçer başa. Chon the lane.
Chon the line.
Vale. Chon. Chon the lane.
Wait, I also have another question. So the little like things on top of the C's, that's kind of reminiscent of like Eastern European languages, right? not?
It's there are different ways to do it. One of
Is
the
it kind of like, yeah.
Yeah, it's there are different ways of writing things. You could, if like for yourself, you could just write chon, but some
Okay.
people say chon. So it's really hard to. I mean, if you're doing Turkish, it'd be like chon.
Okay.
So there are different ways of doing it. Like Kurmanji actually uses this, so it might actually make more sense for me to take that, but I haven't.
And what is the meaning of blank?
Bale. Yani Chondelaine professor. Chondelaine dog. Oh, Delaine seg. Ini waku farsi. Bale. Oh, presiar chia. E Chondelaine chia.
Chia?
What did you want to learn how to say? A Chondelaine.
What is the meaning of?
Oh, yani chia.
Yannick Chia?
Yani chia. Yani you could say wanai chia. Wanai chia. Yani chia. Both of those amount to like so wana, meaning wana, mana. Wanai. Whoa, that is not what I was. Wanai chia yan. Yani. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. But wanai chia. Yani, oh, zor basha. Wanai zor basha chia. Zor any basha, zor basha.
That makes sense.
Okay. Yeah, these are all here. I'll stick our random notes up at the top so you can refer back to them. And again, I know that you can probably you both will do a little better with this since between Persian and Arabic, but I still want to make sure that this is here too. And if you're reading through, yeah, I'm sorry about this. I really don't have one of the problems about being an academic for long enough is you start acting like an academic. And I started transliterating and it's stuck there. Okay. Zurbasha. Au andaz yara. Basha. Yani. Au khwendakar.
Au khwendakara.
Yekjar basha.
Au khwendekara.
Zurbasha. Emma to khwendakari.
Wait, the yes, whatever the yes is. Wait, no, I'm not a student.
Oh, nah. Okay.
I'm confused because it's taking me back to Arabic. I'm sorry.
Tegeçtim. Okay. Yani min Kurd min Amerikin.
Okay, wait. Najir. I'm not a student.
Nachir. Okay. Nachir. Khwendakar nigi. Okay. We'll get into negations. Yani khwendakar nim. Yani khwendakarim. Khwendakar nim.
Neem.
Vale.
Okay. Cool.
Yani. Basha. Min. Khwendakarim. Min. Neem. Zor basha. Okay, nim. And that's the base of no. If like for not or am not, like ni, niya is not. Oh, yani ow, and does your niya. Ow, mamostaya. Basha. Okay. Zor basha. Pardon. Oh no. Okay, I thought I heard a question. Basha. Pezishk. Ow.
Pizishk.
Bali. Pezishk.
Pizishk.
Awan. Ow. Ow. Awan. Pezishkin.
Awan Pizishkin.
Why? Awan. Pezishkin.
That means I'm not a doctor.
Awan. Yani. Ow do kes. Ow. Ow.
They are not a doctor.
No. Awan Pezishkin. Awan Pezishkin.
So not a doctor.
Awan Pezishkin.
Is it we or they?
Awan. Emma, yani min, uto, Emma
Mhm.
Pezishkin.
Uh-huh.
Pezishkin. Oh, nacher, yani min, uto, Emma, to, Pezishki.
Najir.
Pezishk nieti, yani min Pezishknim, min memustam.
Okay.
Bale. Iskander, to, Pezishki.
Ne Pizishkim. Man Khwendakaram.
Yekjar basha. Bale. Yani min mamostam, yani Khwendakar boom, balam esto, Khwendakar nim. Yani mamostam, Khwendakar nim. Basha.
Mamustanim.
Bale. Bale. Emma, to, mamostai. To,
Min mamustanin.
okay.
Is that good? I don't know.
Oh, basha. Oh,
Okay.
basha. Yani min mamostam nim. Zor basha. Okay. May not forget to do. I know it takes fast time to do this, but it's so much better than having to go back and do it later. Basha. So yeah, we can get into the negation later. I wasn't planning on that today, but since it came up, figured we'd talk about it. Zor basha. Okay. So how would we say these things? Hello, my name is Farhad.
Slow Nawim Farhad. Pizishkin.
Yekjar basha. Zor basha. So one thing that I do, okay, so this is a little bit of, this works better because we're all Americans here. So technically it's like Nawim Farhad. Just that is. Nawim Farhada min Pizishkim. Yani Slaw min Farhada. But every time, because Ben is an unfamiliar, like you do Iskander, they're going to be totally good to go. Emma is tricky because I know how it goes though, because the word for I in Turkish is Ben. I was like, Ben Adem Ben, like my name is Ben. So Emma, yani min, Nawim, Emma, yeah, you're like, my name is us or we.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
So it'll be a little weird. Iskander they'll get, but like Ben, they never got. So if I said Nawim Benna, I'll say Slaw Benna, I'm like Nachir Ben. And they're like, oh, Nawim Farhad. I'm like Slaw Farhad. So something about certain foreign names, they won't get when you put the equational ending on. But anyway, it's not a huge deal, but it's worth pointing out. Okay, my name is Nishtiman. I'm a professor.
Nawim Nishtimanam Min Mastomam. Mamostam.
Mamostam. Why? Zurbasha. Is this making sense, Emma? I know that you were missed last week, so this is a little catch up.
Yes, the negation is making sense.
Okay.
But my name is, so I mean, like, I don't know, whatever.
Very good. No, please, please.
No, I'm just like, I feel bad because I missed last week. So I'm just like naturally,
No, I want to make sure you're not feeling frustrated or like just if you've got questions, this is fine. We're
No, I think I think like what you said is tough as well because my name is literally one of the,
it
words.
is.
So, but no,
So-
it's okay. Just I'm following. It's all good.
Okay. And yeah, just if you want to slow down, if you got a question, just stop us. I'm happy to do that.
Mhm.
But yeah, so that's all it is. Any nowim, ben, I have to like, if I do it, I have to do it slowly so that they know what I'm talking about. Like,
Mhm.
they had the hardest time with it. Nowim ben, nawit azad, bale, nowim azada. Masha. So actually, it's a good, bringing a good point to oneself. All right. So in Kurdish, one thing you're going to hear a lot of, ini Emma, min nawim ben nawit shia.
Give me a sec. Min. Wait, what? No.
Okay.
Min Emma, right?
And min nawim ben
Um,
shia.
wait, but I said Min Emma. That's my name, right?
You can say min emam because
Oh,
then
but
you're
it's better
switching it
not to
from
say that.
yeah. So you're switching the
Okay.
subject to yourself as opposed to the name.
Okay, so now I'm Emma.
Bale.
And then what was the next question?
Oh, just that.
Oh, okay.
So now what I'm trying to bring up is that so if you say now I'm Emma, they might actually say slow M because Emma, it sounds like
Should I make up like a Kurdish name? Should I have like a
No,
fake
it's fine.
name?
It's not, no, keep your name. We're good. I'm using this as a point to show something.
Mhm.
Slow, now Emma, yeah.
Okay.
That's how it goes. So in Kurdish, okay, so and now Emma, yeah. Let's think of some other names. And MMA.
Alexa.
Alexa. Okay, Zurba, spas. Okay, Slani. Now Alexa, yeah. Our zur normala بكردي. Alexa, yeah. Emma, yeah. Yani. Slow. Now Emma, yeah. I'll just take. This is what we're doing with the yeah. So with Kurdish, there aren't glottal stops. In Arabic, you've got less in the amiyas, but bil fusha you have those glottal stops where you will like wahu kahibat. That's a bad example, but in Kurdish, none. And if you start having glottal stops, you either sound super like it just doesn't work. Like if you said Naim Alexa, if you start sounding Polynesian, and I mean I grew up in Hawaii, so there were a lot of like the national fish is the humu humu nuku nuku apawa'a. A lot of little glottal stops at the end there. If you start sounding like that, you're doing Kurdish wrong. It likes having this ya. And now Alexa, yeah. So there's going to be, so Kurdish is front loaded with exceptions and some of the harder things. There's a lot of yas in this. Name Alexa is. Does this make a little more sense? Now in Bana, now it, Iskander, now it, Emaya. Basha?
Vale.
Basha. Okay. And this is being recorded. So if you need to, you can rewatch stuff or you can just review the notes. And if you can also just send me an email if you want. any point. Okay, so Ministman, Mimastam. Okay, your name is Reboir.
Nawet Reboara
Jak to vaše?
u to Chwindgar
Right.
Chwindakari.
Jak to vaše? Our roster. Bale. Yani, let's jump down here. Nawit Reboara. Nawit Reboara to Chwindakari.
Okay, so you maintain the pronouns in the sentence even with the suffix that would indicate the pronoun. Because I know in Arabic, like you kind of just you keep one or the other sometimes.
Yeah, you can say in Nawit Reboara yani Chwindakari.
But it would seem like weirdly curt.
It'd be a bit curt. Yeah, I think that would be the best way to put that. It's just
Okay.
You're just kind of providing information in a hurry.
Okay.
So now it's Reboir, because the whole point here, the subject is the name, whereas you are a student, it's you. That's the subject. I know I keep going over this, but it kind of helps understanding what that difference is.
Repetition definitely helps.
Yeah. Okay, Zurbasha. Your name is Arazu. You are an engineer. Andazyor.
Let's see. Now it's Arazuya. To Andaziar. To Andaziari.
Yekcharbasha. Wait. Okay. Now it Arazuya. Because Arazu, if it ends in a vowel, you're going to use that buffer before you put the on there. Arazuya. Then to Khundakari. All right, one thing to go back on. I'm actually going to take a quick break here to you'll notice that I have these highlighted, like now it. These are possessive suffixes, which I have a table for right here. Now this is very table heavy. This is mostly for reference later though. What I'm actually hoping to do is to have like, for this session, I want to have a super condensed table for you to refer to for the future. Because there just aren't a whole lot of those around. So just like, it actually works just like Arabic or Persian, ismi, ben, any, ismak, ismik, nawim, nawit, except there are no genders and they don't have the gender difference. And I guess I meant to point that out. It makes life easier. Kurmanji does. they have gender, and I had one my Kurmanji teacher in Turkey once told me, like, oh yeah, they got it from Arabic. I'm like, look, I speak Arabic. This does not have anything to do with it. It's like, just because it has genders doesn't, anyway. Yeah, so this is this breaks this down. And this might be a lot. I know this is a lot of information. It's kind of one of the problems with our format, but that's just life. Okay, so you need nawim ben book. You can say kitab yan. So there. Okay, this actually brings up a second point. So I'm going to bounce back up for just a second. Okay. Arazu chia.
Arazu Andaziar.
Andazyara. Wow. So they actually, like, Persian likes to have the like especially informal Persian. Kurdish is the Yeah. It takes a bit of getting used to. Arazu and Azyar. If you'd said, okay, bil Arabi, yani Emma, yani Awachia ba Arabi, Bazamani Arabi, engineer.
Oh God.
Mahandas.
Handis. Oh yeah. Sorry, I probably wasn't very fair to throw that out there in the blonde.
No.
So if you'd said Mohandas, still works. There's, like I said, when you're speaking Kurdish and you can't think of the Kurdish word, I mean, I put that in quotes because
A lot of loan words.
there's so many loan words, and it's just tricky. I'm not trying to disparage anybody or anything. I have no interest in doing that. But there are words that are significantly more Kurdish, some that are less Kurdish, some that are really just cognates. In some case, there'll be a hierarchy. Here, for whatever reason, Andaz Yadi always gets used. They'll have Mohandas sometimes. I've never seen it in print. Whereas they'll have, like, when I was asking around for the word for appetite, and then they kept giving me like the shahia. I'm like, that's not Kurdish, that's Arabic. Like, and in my taxi driver in Diyarbakir was saying something, and I'm like, look, he's like, that's not, I'm like, well, it's not really, that's Turkish. You couldn't put any more Turkish, you put a yapmak on it. So it's very interesting that way. All I'm going at is that some things will be more Kurdish than others, but try whatever you have. Pirtuk. I'm actually, يعني من like Texas dam esta, la office da name. I'm not in my office, so I don't have a Pirtuk with me. Pirtuk. Basha. Take my son's drawing book. Zur Basha. يعني أوا يعني يعني أو Pirtukim. Pirtukima. Okay. Fermo, Emma. Yoink. Pertukit. Pertukit. Your book. Pertukit. Is your book, or your book is. Iskandar, Fermo.
Pertukum.
Why? Zur Basha. Awa Pertukit. Oh, Emma, and Ow. Pertukiya. Pertukiya. يعني ناوي إسكندرة أو برتقية. Basha. Does this make sense? Okay, I know
For
it's
the most part, yeah.
throwing a lot out, but okay, let's wrap it up with this, and then we'll actually do just a little bit more just conversation. I can see a little bit of, it is a bit of information overload. Zur Basha. Okay, so his name is Burhan. Yani Nawi Burhan. Yani Nawim Bena. Nawit Emma. Nawit Iskandara. Nawi Burhana. So it's going to be the same equation landing for each because we're talking about names. Zur Basha. Yani Al Kurda. Oops, did I miss that? Joanna. Okay. Praktikteke. Basha. Slow.
Slow.
Nawim Ben. Nawit Chia.
Naum Iskandara.
Now Emma.
Yekchar Basha. Yekchar Basha. Emma. Choni.
I already forgot, man. This sucks.
Kashania. No. It was normala. Normala.
Oh, Bashim.
Yekchar Basha.
Spash. Minish Bashim.
Yekchar Basha. Spas, Emma. Let's wait, yeah. Area. Joanna. Doesn't help when it gets divided over a page, though, is it? Zur Basha. Okay. Iskander. Tochani.
Minish Basham Spas.
Yekchar Basha. Joanna. Okay. Fermo. Ewa.
Slow. Naum Iskandara. Nawachie.
Oh, Slow. Now Emma, yeah. Spas.
Choni,
Hmm?
to Choni,
Oh, Bashim, Choni,
Minish Bashim, Spas. Huafi, what was that?
Kwa Hafiz, Yan.
Huafiz.
oh, Minish Joshalim,
Menish Khosh Halim.
Minish Hoshalim.
Yek Jar Basha. Benesinet. Waya.
Cool.
Zor Basha. Slaw Asako.
Slow.
Hello, to Johnny.
Bashim Spas. Tochoni.
Medish Bashem, Spas.
Zor Basha. Okay. Emma u Iskander Fermo. Legal Asako. Emma u Asako. Takaya.
Shlow, Nawim Emaya, Nawit, Chia,
Min, Nawim Asako, yeah. Nawit Chia.
oh, yeah.
Now I'm Iskandara. What's the word I'm looking for?
Hoshkalim Banasinit.
Minish Khoshalim.
Zor Basha. What I've realized happened this week is that Asako, Japan does not have daylight savings time, does it?
Oh no.
Sorry?
Japan does not have okay, so I'm sorry. In America, there's daylight savings. It's this weird thing where we jump back an hour or jump forward an hour. Do you do that in Japan?
No, no.
Good for you, first of all, but second of all, I'm so sorry. So we're actually wrapping up.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the end of class, but we'll I've recorded
Oh,
it.
really?
I'm so sorry. I will
Okay.
email everybody.
I think,
Oh, no. I'm so
forgot about
sorry.
that.
No.
No problem,
That's
no
okay.
problem. It's okay. But you recorded the
I did. Yes,
lesson.
the whole thing is recorded. And let me
Okay.
No,
So
no,
I
what-
will check
Yeah.
later.
But no, real quick. Let me show you the new stuff because actually for you and
Okay.
actually because you're here, I wanted to make sure that I had some new
Mhm.
stuff as well. So you're not just doing old things. So we went over a lot of this, a lot of the same things. And then, okay. Okay, we started off with these are just a couple notes from class. How do you say? What is the meaning of? So in class, chondalen, how do we say?
Okay.
And then I put the pronouns, which you've seen before. We went over equational endings. And then I gave those a little bit. And then we got some professions. So like saying any min mamostam. Masako to Huendekari. To Huendekari.
Huendekari.
Yani Iskander to Huendekari.
Bale. Min Huendekarim.
Zor Basha. Okay, bom.
To Mamostan. Mamosti.
Mamostaya.
Mamostaya.
To Huendekari. To Mamostai. To Pizishki. Waya. Choni. Bashi. To Pizishki. It's all good. Anytime just so anybody knows, anytime you goof up, I appreciate you trying. This is the hard format. But min mamostam, min huendekar neem. I'll make a table for negation, but we didn't go over negation last session, and we didn't do any professions. So we'll be going a little more into that. So you've got some new stuff too, Asako. And then we had some practice here just using like the black stuff was just for testing. So, how do you say this? And you can check down here. So you can kind of quiz yourself a little bit after using these professions and the table. I'm not trying to make you sick. And just so you know, if that's helpful to have that kind of thing, I'll have it for every lesson for you to work on between, if you'd like. Just let me know. So I have that. And then I talked a little bit about possess. Why is it so far away? Possessive suffixes, just a table for it. And then the same thing, how do you say these things? And then table down here. So we'll go over to this later. We did not, I'll save this for next time because we did not get this far. Any last questions? And again, I'm going to email everyone to make sure they all know about how America works with daylight savings time, which I frankly don't like. Doesn't matter. I appreciate you being here though. That was great. Good to see you.
Yeah. I didn't know this because if I didn't know.
No, it's really okay. But yeah, I'll have this uploaded in like a couple of minutes. Any last questions?
Nice.
And it's a little bit of a drink from the fire hose today. You okay, Emma? Bashi? Yeah, Basha. Okay. I will see you all next week. Yani hafte dahatu datan bin mawa. Wana. Khwa hafiz.
Hafiz.
Kursu pas.
Pass.